Welcome to our studio in Berlin. We are FJAAK. I'm Aaron and
I'm Felix. When we were starting, like, digital wasn't like today. Like, it wasn't that good.
Back then, a big brand, Cereal, had some CDs with some creative programs, and yeah, we just bought those cereals, and then we just finally got the CD with this program. But there were some sounds, you could use them and you could make music. Like, we had like 10 friends making music at the same time, and everybody had this program.
And this is also how you push yourself, I think, in the beginning. If you get into it, and also your friends, and then they are getting some new stuff, and then you also want to push getting some new stuff, and then yeah.
So we started to buy some of the machines you can see here. And actually, this one is the first drum machine we ever bought, and
more than 10 years ago, yeah. Back to the first sound, and then we can play around with the pitch. When I was getting more into like sampling, it was firstly because of hip hop, I think also for you maybe. The good part for me about samples is that the samples are really like getting me creative input.
Some ways you sample can be like give the sound a super strong change of the sound super fast. Like, for example, if you take like hip hop sounds but then put the tempo up and pitch all the samples down -12, and the MP is just running super fast, super hard distorted, and you use this as a layer.
For me, it's also like you can use a sampler in pretty different ways and use samples in pretty different ways. So at first I'm looking for a good like effect here. Once like the Yomox was cracking up, and then it was doing like the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah, we changed the BPM from 999 to 0 like a lot of times. We plugged out the MIDI cable, but it just went on for 45 minutes. We even recorded all this.
We were just next to it like, whoa.
So we're sampling all this, what you can see, and in the end, like, we're sampling ourselves. Even this modular system here, there's a small micro SD card inside where there's sounds from us on.
You can find a lot of inspiration in samples.
So what we do now is send some sounds from the Nord drum to the compressor, the I RA I 1176. Aaron gonna change some of the dynamics and add some effects from autos. So we have a distortion and a reverb kind of delay effect processing on it, and the presets I already did for our live shows. So we're gonna record this dry and the processing as well, so we can separate it and then try to take some sounds which you can use like, in multiple ways. So yeah, I'm just gonna hit it a few times and Aaron's just gonna add some volume. So he's changing the ratio. He pushed all the buttons. That's like one of the first things you're gonna try to do if you get an 1176. That means that the ratio is super high. It's kind of like a limiting right now, almost. Like a part of our live setup is also right here, because we use
the
octatrack and the rhythm.
Yeah.
Those samplers are like the only way we could like manage to play this live. Otherwise, without the samplers, we had to bring like everything, and oh my god. The good thing about the sampling is that we have some tracks which we already released or which we produced, and then we want to play them live, because it's a nice way to play your songs, because it's like just evolving live. It's just coming now, maybe out of the feedback or something, you know? Sounds crazy. We are still doing techno, so you use samples all the time. Techno is a lot about loops. They're the hard point of most of the productions nowadays. Seems to that most of the humans like 909 and 808 sounds, you know. There's some sounds which are like popping around everywhere. People just like them, you know.
And it's also a lot about taste, and that's, I think, like the really nice creative part, because like maybe for you a sound is the best sound ever, but for somebody else it's not. That's also a big part behind it.
Taste is everything.
Like it's more about like really digging and find something special and then make something new out of it and then make it your own. Like, Nowadays I would start just with digital, especially if you get new into it and you don't have to think a lot about so many different stuff. You can focus on the music. In the beginning I was even thinking that it's a lot about mathematics and physics and all the shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like
there's some secrets. Like back then I thought it's like
you
there's
think
some magic.
Everything's about secrets and you really have to study everything, and in the end from the technical stuff it's not that much. The creative part is not so connected to the technical part for me, because most of the best musicians don't even know the other part.
When he kind of like decided to stop school, like he even stopped going there, like everybody was like, oh my god, what are you doing, guys? You're gonna throw away your life. And that makes you scared.
But for us it was like clear that this is like passion and it's our life, and we want to spend like every single fucking pound in that stuff. And I think if you really believe in something and really try your best, you can do whatever you want, doesn't matter what.